buddy. Guess what? I got another VOD for you. Anyway, this game... Oh, it's this game. I wasn't entirely sure. I saw the name FoS versus FoS mixed or whatever. I kind of forgot. I'm actually in this one. Okay, so... Okay, on GDI we have FoS Nemesis, FoS Sammy, Yukuri, Loblob, aka me, aka Lobber, aka Awesome, and FoS Sued versus FoS Passy, FoS Wise, ROP Itzent, FoS Besson, and Zolkun. Anyway, so today we have a match on Blood and Sand, GDI versus Nod, as always. Mortal enemies trying to kill each other forever and ever. Pain versus, you know, not wanting to die. And it looks like we have Okay, so we have 4 crawlers for Nod going south. 2 offense, 1 support, 1 defense, and 1 offense crawler going north. Whereas GDI has a bit more of a spread. 2 offense, 1 support going up north. Look, it's me, right here. And then we have 2 more offense going south. So I'd expect Nod to probably be able to handle this tip pretty easily. And over here we got shepherds, hunters, and what am I gonna build? What am I gonna build? I'm gonna build more hunters too. So this lonely Avenger is not going to be able to do much. And over here, these lonely hunters aren't gonna be able to do much either. Oh, maybe they will. No, I don't think so. But interesting open by Passy. You know, if I was gonna have to pick the worst unit in the game, I would actually pick these units. But I guess it's... I don't know, I guess Nod doesn't really have anything to deal with orcas right off the tib drops, so I guess that is a potential counter. But I just hope he doesn't keep building them because they have 250 health and they're terrible. Anyways, up here we had, looks like Sammy was trying to poke in here a bit, but it would be unsuccessful. But over here, the orcas I was talking about earlier, once again, uncontested. Not actually doing rear damage there. Interesting to note, the air-to-ground damage is always just regular. There is no directional armor, air-to-ground. Or ground-to-air, I believe, though I'm not actually certain on that sense. And so we have hunters and engineers, microwing against Avengers and Ascendant. And it looks like Nod's trying to set up a little defensive hold on this highly contested area. Still building those Ascended after seeing no support players over here. I'd expect to see some, what are they called? One, Enlightened, I think. Yeah, Enlightened for anti-medium bouts against these engineers. Maybe even a few Reapers, just because in general they do good and area damage once T2 and upgraded, and you know, laser area damage. So we have Sammy microing his orcas here, able to handle these mantises pretty well. And we've got my crawler over here. I see me protecting this blue tib drop. So far the tib has been completely even this game. And both teams even having a unit, not our team, but Nod has a unit on their green tip, and looks like each team will once again have a relatively easy, safe tib collection. Except, not a good idea. Shouldn't ever pick up tib with an engineer, because the tech support, insta-dead. But GDI does not have a support player with 20 SP who's paying attention, so that did not happen. Anyways, we do have a couple talents in the mix here, but mostly just pure hunter. And it looks like we have this crawler taking a bit of a beating, walking through here. And just standing there, getting shot at, so I'm not sure what its purpose is in being here, but... Okay then. Over here, we've got our Orca Hunter Engineer. And actually, it's my hunters. And there's an EMP mine drop there, so it looks like we will be able to push this area. And it looks like we've also taken Nod's close node, so it is pretty even, except GDI does have this middle node right here. So points even, actually quite a few minutes in the game, almost 5 minutes into the game, and both teams at hovering around only 200 points. So no one has had really a big node majority, no tib majorities, or units lost. You look at here, you know, both teams having lots of points through kills, so. And Zolkun coming in flanking here. We've got FoS Wise, FoS Passy, and Zolkun taking on Yukuri and Sued over here. And we do have a flame column out here, so Nod does have T2. T2 defense is quite difficult to hold with just pure Hunter. You generally need shockwaves in there. But we do have this, what do I want to call it? This starting D, I'll call it neutral defenses. And it was able to kill that, so that's interesting. And Sued is decommissioning his crawler. Not sure what he's going to replenish as, but if I had to guess, I would suspect he's going to respawn his defense, probably get some zone raiders out there. And as we see Nod, he's actually got some scalpels out there. Generally, you don't see scalpels come into play very often. And as you can see, the guy very quickly, even the Talons or little T1 rockets that could. And me going against my own advice and capturing a tib with a engineer. However, as I did specify, it's tech support that you generally want to avoid, and Nod does not have any support powers to do that. So in my own defense, screw you guys, I'm perfect. Anyways, it looks like I'm playing with Sandstorms, Hunters, and Engineers. Mix that could. Used that line twice already, so you know, quite right. And we do see these Black Hand peeking out of this turret very quickly. Black Hand do quite a lot of damage to pretty much everything, and they do have a decent amount of health. And once they get their Dark Armaments, they can use their Holy Water, so Black Hand do quite a bit of damage, quite hard to deal with unless you've got some generally area damage units, as they do stack up quite big. We do have a Crawler drop here, and nothing going down. Sued actually replenishing his crawler as another support, or another offense. Actually, both respawning as offense, so I guess they think they can hold just because of this artillery turret, and I think they will. So we have a mixture of Sandstorms, I think old Hunter's dead. So Sandstorms and Orcas, the double rocket army, and this cannon turret by this crawler doing some damage to this heavily cannon-based army here, and another Hunter Sandstorm mix over here going against this Avenger-heavy army. And it looks like the stealth tanks aren't upgraded yet with stealth field. If they did have that upgrade, all these units would have an extra 25% dodge. Always good to keep in mind. Just like having a Shepherd or a Hammerhead in every army also adds that kind of bonus. Also, Tyrants do the same sort of thing that Hammerheads do. And if you look at this, Besson making very good use of the stealth tanks here. Sammy, being a support player, could drop one of those spy planes right here. It would give you a really nice thing here, and it looks like... I think Sammy realized something's not right here, so... And I don't think I realized this either, because I think I must have, oh no, if I lose this, I'm gonna look like a total noob, and I think I do. Oh no, this could be bad. GDI has taken quite a commanding lead, 4 nodes to 0, but it looks like we might start to lose the tib game right here as they get their own tib here, and they actually capture our tib. What a blow! What a potential comeback move for Nod here. That's very, very bad. Looks like I was not paying attention to my mini-map, and I am truly sorry to my GDI teammates. However, GDI does have this node advantage, and it is relatively uncontested, so who knows. But we do have T3 coming out already by Nod. Spectres, if you get enough of them, absolutely wipe out this offensive force. And there's pretty much nothing GDI is going to be able to do about it. You see the Tiberium corrosion going down, and this could be bad for GDI quite soon. Even the T3 crawler by Nod does a lot of damage to pretty much everything on the ground. It's more or less like a Leviathan that doesn't suck. And this crawler going down very quickly. I'm not sure if that was a good move by Sued, moving his crawler right in there as it dies almost instantly to this Spectre Leviathan army. does go down now, and it looks like Nemesis wants to avenge his fallen crawler, sends his own crawler right back in there, and only to turn it right around and run the hell away. Anyway, see all the engineers going down there. However, you do have these heroic hunters are able to hold up against Spectres quite long before they eventually do die. You got some T3 Centurions on there. I feel like they should get some sort of bonus something, just because, you know, it's pretty late in the game. Anyway, they're going down, and it doesn't look like they're going to be much use. It's like they're almost like a heavily armored scout trying to go down. And in the end, nothing's really happening. Trying to set up, just building more Centurions, I don't think is going to do very good. We've got Mass Hunter Sandstorm against Centurions. And if actually, Yukiri was able to deploy his crawler right here, it would cut off an escape from by passing it, because he set up his own turret right here. He's not able to move over here, and this crawler is going down. Not a great move by passing. Suiciding a crawler. He better dismantle that. If he doesn't, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna be like, hey you should dismantle. There he goes. Very good. And we do have some salamanders down here. So despite some of the nod being on T3, it does feel that salamanders are needed for some reason. We do have a salamander basilisk mists at the moment. And it looks like I'm trying to build sandstorms to save the day. Probably not the best unit choice. I should probably get some fractors, or titans, or strikers, or different crawler units out there, but it looks like I have killed one basilisk. Looks like I'm actually alternating between area and non-area damage on my sandstorms. I'm just testing that out this game. And it looks like GDI making a small push back. I saw them, if you looked on the minimap, they even lost this neutral turret down here, so they pushed back very far. GDI is making their bit of their own push now, but they do have some paladins and titans out there to get rid of these leviathans. And these heroic hunters probably able to sweep up the, what do you call them, the specters by nod quite easily. Soothing throat beverage. Anyways, defensive crawler down here still by best, and support over here. So we do have this flame column Leviathan mix, pretty much killing everything and being quite successful with it. So you even have a mass engineer protecting his flame columns, and yeah, all is good except for this obelisk of light, which is more or less useless because it's not at all the unit you want to be building. Anyway, over here we have Nods. Looks like they're gonna start taking the node majority. And you see me trying desperately to capture more Tib. I don't think I'm a T3 yet. I desperately want to be. And those basilisks not able to catch up. I do capture that Tib. And you see me over here losing a refractor to Leviathan. You see those paladins shooting through the back of their ship magically to kill this thing without moving. And it looks like this mass basilisk will go down. We see actually a battle hardening going down. I'm not sure if that's the best move. Now that we do have a, like a marked cane went down. Huh. Looks like he used a marked of cane and then used stasis field. Seems like not a great choice as you can no longer fire then. Seems like you want to use one or the other. Anyways, you do have pretty much mass basilisk Leviathan by every player, and looks like GDI will be swept out of this area, so and then me desperately trying to do something with the units over